In this video, we're going to talk about why making friends as an adult is so hard and how you can get better at it.
Oh, I'm excited. 5 tips to make friends as an adult. First and foremost, listen.
Listening is really important. Nobody wants to feel like they're not being heard when they're speaking, so it's important to give people your listening ear when you are trying to make friends and having conversations with people.
Absolutely. Well, and in addition to listening, it's asking questions, right? It's not being so focused on yourself, but it's actually asking questions like, can you tell me about those earrings? Those are beautiful.
It's also important to be the invitation. It's not like you have to invite somebody to coffee every 5 minutes, but you shouldn't just sit in the corner waiting for friends to come to you. Another important thing, upon being the invitation, once you do develop a friendship with somebody, and remember things like birthdays, send holiday cards. People love to be heard and they love to be seen. So just remembering those little things and finding ways, maybe it's sending a friendly text message in the morning, just saying good morning. If you have a meeting, something like that, some big project coming up, go ahead and just reach out. That way it's a two-way street, because friendship really is a two-way street.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's really great advice, be the invitation for sure. And you know, I think as you were talking about developing that friendship, right? Not just remembering the events, the birthdays, or even just the simple hellos. Wanted to say hi this morning, but also being able to be open and honest and transparent. Now, what I'm not suggesting is that you walk up to somebody and just share your whole life story. A little bit awkward, but be willing to be open, to be transparent, and show a little bit more of yourself and some vulnerability, because that goes a long way.
It's also important to know your no. There are some people that you're just not going to jive with, and certain groups of people maybe are into different things than you are, so it's important to know yourself a little bit. That way you can know your no. Maybe there are certain things that you don't want to be involved in, or maybe that aren't your interests. So try to find friends within groups of activities and interests and just personal viewpoints of things that you like and things that you agree with. I'm not saying that you have to agree with every friend on every point, but just know your no, because there are going to be those things that come up with people and you're like, that's not for me, and that's okay.
Right. I grew up really shy and very introverted. And even when I was in leadership positions, I did not like to be out there in front of the crowd. But especially, like, I could hide behind the work, right? Okay, I present at work, no big deal. But then get me to the side, and I wanted to be a wallflower, right? Don't come near, I don't know what to say. You know, I just was at a loss for words. But I really started to realize that as I traveled more for work, I had sort of some options. I could go to work and then go back and just be by myself, right? Because when I was at home, I had friends, but I wasn't at home anymore. Or when I would be home, maybe even my friends had family obligations, things to do with their kids. And so I really kind of struggled. Well, what do I do, right? And so that's really where it comes to. If you struggle with making friends as an adult, is really coming into your own and just mustering up that courage. You know, because there's nobody out there, I'll be honest. I mean, when I was young, it was so bad that there were times when my mom had to ask my sister to take me to her friend's house, because that's how hard it was for me to make friends. So as an adult, my mom could not say, okay, here you go, right? So you just have to muster up that courage and just find something. Right? I remember I was traveling between Southern California and Denver, and I'm waiting in line at the car rental place, and I see this guy and he's got a bag for this bakery in Southern California. It's a really great bakery. And so of course I was like, you just came from Southern California, didn't you? We started a great conversation and were able to form a friendship, right? And so that's what I do. I mean, I travel so much and I'm in places where I don't know anybody. But you just start striking up random conversations, and it's been so incredibly beautiful.
I really love that, and that's a great point, because noticing little things, and it kind of comes around to paying attention, and what are those things that you can comment on? Maybe somebody's wearing your favorite color and it strikes up a conversation with them. There are so many different things that you can pick up on a person based on body language, the things that they're wearing, and when you're an adult, you are in a lot of situations where you're having to be more social and put yourself out there, like you were saying, like your mom can't just drop you off at a friend's house anymore. And so me, coming from the extroverted point of view, I am somebody who I find it easy for me to interject myself into conversations, and I think that is because the comfortability that comes from me acting as if I already know someone and as if they're already my friend gives me that confidence that you were talking about to be able to find something to talk about, find something to strike up that conversation, and you never know where that's gonna lead. Maybe it's a friendship for 5 minutes while you're on the airport or standing in line, or maybe it's something that you guys can really relate on. A lot of times you'll see, I travel also for work, and sometimes I see people have on the logo of the company that I work for, and then we strike up a conversation, and I've actually met a couple of really good friends like that, and we're still friends to this day. So it is important, put yourself out there. If you're nervous and if you are an introvert, maybe do something funny, find something comedic that is laughable, or just notice things about people, and like you said before, really asking questions and not being afraid to just speak up, speak out, and you never know who you're gonna meet.
So if you found this video helpful, subscribe, ring the bell, share with somebody else.
We will see you next time on the journey from isolation to community, where freedom waits beyond.